God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon glow. God, you are every star shine, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every springtime. God, you are every snowfall. God, you are every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. 'Cause you are the very breath I breathe, and your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Standing in an unfamiliar place, halfway around the world from whence I came, seeing sights I never thought I'd see, as distant from my roots as I could be. Still I'm home, still I'm home, still I'm home. When I'm lying in bed and crying myself to sleep, to be bereft to even pray my soul to keep. When I'm wondering if I'll ever see the sun, when I'm worried that the worst has just begun, still I'm home, still I'm home, still I'm home. 'Cause I know I'll make it through, and I know you're here with me. Despite appearances, this experience is just part of my story. if I don't hold on too tight. Someday soon I'll see this will only be the faintest memory. Will only be a distant memory. 'Cause there's nowhere on this planet I can go. No, there's nowhere off the map that I can roam. Nothing I could ever say or do. There is never separation from you. Still I'm home. Still I'm home. Still I'm home. Oh yeah. Still I'm home. Still I'm home. Still I'm home. Still I'm home. Still I'm home.
But good morning. We had just a bit of technical difficulty there for a minute. So we're going to use this mic today because I don't want to miss an opportunity to connect with you. Welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, your transformation station. And wherever you may be in the world, and wherever you may be on your spiritual path, we're so happy to have you with us. You are welcome here. We are delighted to embrace you. This is home for now, wherever we are. And so we give thanks for the opportunity to share with you our spiritual philosophy, our beautiful beloved community, of which I'm the spiritual leader, and I'm Maxine Kaye. So I'm very, very happy to welcome you. Delighted to be with you here in this beloved spiritual community. We support each other. We stand on our principles. We utilize our principles. And we know that we have spiritual tools that we use for our everyday human challenges. And they're very effective. So we invite you to learn more about it. Just be with us, and thank you so much for that. We are all about awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And we are all about co-creating a world that works for all. So if you are aligned with these beautiful visions, hang out with us. We love having you with us. We have a statement, a purpose statement that we like to use, and I invite you to say it with me if you choose to. Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. Welcome. And now we'll have our opening song by our beloved Lou Doty. It's called Rhythm of the Lord.
Our Mother God, our Father God, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. You give us this day our daily bread. For this I thank you. Oh, I thank you, Lord, as I live and move and breathe and have my being within the rhythm of the Lord. Our Mother God, our Father God, who art in heaven, I am here with you. How can I serve? How can I serve you today? Use my flesh and bone, my heart and soul to reflect your light forever as I live and move and breathe and have my being within the rhythm of the Lord. Within the rhythm of the Lord. How can there be evil when there is only God? There can be no evil in God's name. Oh, how can I trespass on my brother, knowing we are one? Brother, sister, God, we're all the same. Oh, we're all the same. there be evil when there is only God? There can be no evil. Our Mother God, our Father God, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I must be holy, for everywhere I go, you are there, with me always. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on this earth, and this surely must be heaven, as I live and move and breathe and have my being within the rhythm of the Lord, within the rhythm of the Lord, in the rhythm, in the rhythm, in the rhythm of the Lord.
Ah, thank you, Lou. So, so sweet. Now it's time for our meditation. Now let's begin by just taking a deep, sacred breath of life. Filling our lungs with that beautiful chi, the prana, the energy of God itself. Feel it moving through our lungs and through our bodies so that we are relaxing and rejuvenating all at the same time. And as we exhale that breath, just release anything that might have felt tense or anxious. And continue this beautiful cycle of the inhalation, the exhalation, and the circulation of this divine energy through our bodies, through our hearts, through our minds, and feel this continuous flow of precious life, the life divine. And now from this place of peace and rest, look at the world with inward eyes. Look very gently. Look at all the world conditions very gently. And bring the presence of the divine to each scene that comes before your inner eye. Let's feel positive energy filling each one, and feel gratitude to see this perfect flow. Remember that whatever the circumstance, whatever the condition, God is bigger than that. Now, with an open heart, let us bless every person, bless every country, and know yourself to be a citizen of the world. You belong here, and this is your hero's journey. Continue looking at every condition, every circumstance, every person, every sentient being, and the world itself with gentle eyes. As you now prepare to begin the return home. Diving deeply into the welcoming love of the divine. Feel its embrace. Know peace. Let yourself be loved and be ready to experience and to express more of your authentic self. For you are home. All is well. Now I would like to invite our practitioner intern, Nettie Bonner, to open us with spiritual mind treatment. Nettie?
Good morning. My name is Nettie Bonner, and I'm a practitioner intern at the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And it is my great pleasure this morning to offer the opening treatment. The topic, as we'll hear later for today, is home. And that's one of my favorite concepts, one of my favorite words. I'd like to start with two quotes. The first is from Maya Angelou. I love, as does every human being, to be home wherever I find myself. The second is from the Bible, from Isaiah. My people will live in peaceful dwelling places, in secure homes, in undisturbed places of rest. So I will offer this treatment in the first person, and I invite you to take it as your own if you wish. The one magnificent spirit is the only truth of life. And this spirit is love. This spirit is warmth. This spirit is comfort. And this spirit is peace. And I know that I am one with and made from this spirit, this source of all good. And as such, I enjoy, and I know within me the peace, the love, the comfort of this universal source of all good. So as I rest in the knowing that love is always available to me within me, and that the warmth and loving arms of spirit surround me and live in me, I am comforted and I know peace. I know peace wherever I am, that peace that I call home within me, that peace that I know so deeply I can access at any time. I open my heart to this love and warmth and light and comfort. And as I do, I extend this light. I extend this love to everyone with whom I come in contact. I am so grateful for this truth, for feeling at home and knowing I am home everywhere I am at all times. I release my word to the law, knowing it is already done. It is always so. And so it is.
Thank you, Nettie. And let us share our affirmation together. I return to the solid ground of spirit, resting in its love and wisdom. Okay. Okay, kids, gather round. It's time for us to have our chat. Hi. It won't be too long before I get to see you with my eyes right up close and personal. But for right now, I can just imagine you in my mind, and I certainly imagine you all the time and hold you tenderly in my heart, because you're very, very, very precious to me, very important to all of us. You've been home a lot over the last year plus, haven't you? And now we are beginning to venture out into the world. And some of you have already returned to school part-time after being virtual for all this time. And you know that your home is where you belong. Home is where we belong. Here you know you are loved just as you are. And let's say you're even fussing with your brothers and sisters sometime. You know they'll stand up for you when you're out in the world. I can remember that my brother liked to pick on me a lot at home. And yet, if we were out in the world, I can remember one time particularly when a bigger boy started to tease and pick on me, and my brother came right up and told him what for. So we know that we are family. We know that when we are needed to be with each other, we're there for each other. And kids, you know that your home is way more than the house in which you live. It's a sweet, quiet place in your heart. That's really home, isn't it? And it's where you feel God's love. And no matter where you are, and if you begin to feel a little uncertain or a little afraid about something, that's when you can just touch your heart and feel that love. Because that home in the heart of God, which is in your heart as well, is that which is always, always where we are. So we know we're home wherever we are, in the house, on our bikes, in school, or anywhere else. Thanks for being with me for a few minutes this morning. And now go do your wonderful Sunday things, whatever you have in mind. We love you so much. Here's a hug for now. Okay, talk soon. Well, we continue this month with the May theme, which is a nurturing foundation. And today's talk is, come on home. And I love the quote from Robert Frost. Home is the place where when you go there, they have to take you in. You see, everybody deserves this, and nobody has to earn it. It's just ours by divine right of consciousness, we like to say around here. And it's like everyone in the world deserves a safe haven. Not everybody has it right now. Everybody deserves it. The Israelis, the Palestinians, they all deserve a home where they know they're safe and their children are safe, where they can feel at peace. Everyone deserves that. The immigrants who are looking for a new home all deserve to have a place of safety and welcome. The homeless people, well, when I was in Berkeley, of course it's a little different there. They referred to the people who chose to or happened to live on the streets as outdoors people. And I found that in many cases it was a choice. We honor people's choices. If that feels like home to them, that's great. Years ago, my very first visit to the Grand Canyon, we took a little breakfast ride on horses and then settled down with the cowboy who was cooking our breakfast and showing us the trails and pointing out different things in this magnificent canyon. And it turns out that he had chosen not to live in a house and had not lived in a house in years. He had the opportunity, he could have, but he was so at home in his beloved Grand Canyon that was where he chose to be. He had a place he could go inside in a trailer if he wanted to, but he rarely did. He wanted to be in this magnificent place where he felt the presence and the power and the peace and the beauty of the divine everywhere. It was his choice. That was his home. And I was amazed and delighted by that. And I remember his saying how some of these busy executives would come through and they'd have a week to be at the Grand Canyon. Oh, that's good. Isn't that nice? Oh, pretty. Okay, nice big hole. And, and then they would move on and get back to their insane lives, while he was peacefully enjoying his life and sharing this serenity and this beauty with anyone who came through. I really honored that. I still do. You see, our spiritual home may be different from our physical home. And it's that point of peace and balance and love that resides within us all the time. And whether we're in a house or in a store or walking on a trail or rafting a river, that is still our home, and we can be present there anywhere, anywhere. So how do we access this place? How do we come more deeply into a place of serenity, tranquility, possibility? How do we live a life of harmony and balance no matter where we happen to be? I would suggest that we do what we can do to find that still point within. Because no matter how busy it gets out there, or how crazy it might even seem from time to time, there is always a still point within us. And why is that? A reminder. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is your life. That life is my life. It is the only life there is to have or to be. That life is peaceful and powerful. And as we remember that each one of us is a divine emanation, an individualization of this one beautiful life, we can relax into the still point. We can remember authentically who we truly are. It doesn't have to do with what we're doing. It's all about who we are. It's the beingness. That still point is always within us, because that's the truth of every sentient being. Some people access this by breathing slowly and deeply, helping ourselves come to that point of stillness where we are not affected adversely by anything that we see or hear out there, or by anything that may be coming up from within us that needs to be handled, to be looked at, to be resolved in order to attain that peace again. So the breath is a fabulous device to bring us back to our hearts, where we begin to focus more completely upon the divine within us, all around us. And you see, this home is portable, absolutely portable, and we take our home into every house. You know, when people say to me, you know, I would like to demonstrate a new home, we typically reframe that a little bit. It's like, I understand what you're saying, and let's look at the words here. Because you have your home. Your home is who you are, who your beloved family is, and your pets, and your consciousness, and it is portable. If you're in this house right now, and you would like to have a house that is more peaceful, more light-filled, more expansive, in a location that works better for you, whatever your desires are, whatever your vision is of a new house, you are simply allowing yourself and allowing the infinite law of mind to bring about, to co-create with you, a wonderful vehicle, a wonderful facility to house your home. Let's realize that your home is right where you are at all times, and that we have the ability to make it sweeter and grander, and more peaceful and more loving and more powerful and more fun. Don't you want to have fun in your home, in your house, outside, wherever we are? I know I do. So as we withdraw our focus from some of these external challenges, whether they're our personal challenges or the ones that are hurting our heart that we see going on in the world, we remember to return to the Father's house. Love the parable of the prodigal son. In fact, it was Ernest Holmes' favorite parable too. And prodigal doesn't just mean wandering out in the world somewhere. Prodigal can seem kind of lost, but it also can be wasteful. The one that took his funds and said, I want mine, Dad. He says, okay, here, and just wasted them. But it also can mean generous. You know, whoosh, let's just send this out into the universe. That's kind of like God and the way God expresses goodness and prosperity. So, Ernest Holmes says, the prodigal son remained a prodigal as long as he chose to do so. When he chose to, he returned to his father's house and was greeted by outstretched hands. So shall our experience be when we return to the world which is perfect. There will be something that will turn to us. We shall behold a new heaven and a new earth, not in some far-off place, but here and now. Isn't that a wonderful awareness that as we turn to the peaceful, powerful place within us, which we call home, returning to the Father's house, that something returns to us? The universe supports us in our choices, in our decisions. I choose to be at peace. I choose to come back to my reality. I choose to remember my authentic self. Hooray, I'm home. And something within the universe says, yes, yes, yes. The universe always says yes, and turns to us as we turn to it. This is a beautiful reciprocal action for which I'm very, very grateful. It's the way of the universe. It's the way that it works. And we are a very significant part of this whole universal plan. Isn't that good? Isn't that wonderful? We are returning from the far country. And in the far country, we believed we were separate. We didn't realize that we still, no matter where we were entitled to and had available to us all of the love, all of the wisdom, all of the support of the divine. Being in a far country means being far off in our consciousness from realizing that we are infinitely, eternally, inextricably one with our divine source. And that's just foolish to forget that. And we're kind of a foolish human race sometimes, aren't we? Oh, we just make things up. We just get our knickers in a knot. We get all wound up in the matote of the world, and we forget, sometimes for long periods of time, that all we have to do is click our heels, come back home. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? Home. Home. Everybody wants to be home. That doesn't mean everybody wants to be inside, indoors. It means we want to feel ourselves welcomed, invited, encouraged, supported, loved, wherever we may be. I think it's time for us to make a decision to become less attached every day, more and more, less attached to the external circumstances. Give them less power. Do you know, of themselves they have no power. It is our focus of attention upon them that gives them power that of themselves they do not have. It's like the monster in the closet. Is it really there? And the more we fear it, the more we fear it, but it has nothing. It is nothing. So let's decide to stop feeding these negative fears and ideas. Let's decide not to pay so much attention to what they say. And let's turn off the news more often, especially before you go to bed. Because then, this innate peace that is always dwelling within our hearts has an opportunity to embrace us. Then, the infinite possibilities that exist within this consciousness of peace have the opportunity to come forth through our inspiration. Don't you love it when you are clearly in your center, when you are clearly in your divine home, and you feel inspired, and you're motivated, and you get ideas, and you can hardly wait to share them with the people in your lives? Isn't it wonderful to be living from this consecrated place of serenity and infinite possibility? That's home. It's not a place of limitation, but of continual expansion. You come home and close the door, fine, but it's not limited in any way. Reverend Mike and I have been having the great pleasure, now that here we have spring that feels a lot like summer right now, to be going to the nurseries, to be picking up, oh my gosh, all my beautiful herbs. I love potting my herbs. I love being able to just go out onto the deck when I'm cooking, which I love to do, and snip a little basil, snip a little oregano, snip a little thyme, and bring it in and enjoy it. And caring for them is wonderful. But what fun it was, because when you bring them home, they're in fairly small containers. And so we get bigger pots and repot them so they have room to grow. Each one is their little house, right? And each one now has more room to grow. And I love that because I like lots of basil. I'm not even Italian. I love basil. And all of these herbs are now in their own little houses, and they are expanding, and they're happy, and they're not going to be root bound because there will be plenty of room for them. If they keep growing, guess what? We'll get bigger pots. You and I start by blooming where we are planted, and then we allow our containers to grow and to expand. That's the nature of the universe. You know, everything expands from the inside out. Did you know that within that acorn is an entire oak tree? Everything begins from within and it expands. So home is never about limitation. Home is always about providing an opportunity for our growth, physically, spiritually, mentally, our beautiful expansion into our authentic self. We also had a beautiful plant in the living room that was beginning to get root bound. And we found a beautiful new pot for it and repotted that. And it went, thank you. I'm sure I heard it say that. How beautiful it is to provide an opportunity for any sentient being to become more of itself, to be free, to be its beautiful, magnificent expression of life as it was intended to be, whether it's a plant or a child or an animal or you and me. So home is where we may flourish. And as we deepen our connection with the divine, that's the going home, isn't it? As we deepen our connection with the divine, however we find our pathway there, meditation, prayer, walking in the woods, cuddling a puppy, looking in the eyes of a loved one, however we find our way home to that divine connection, let's determine to do more of that, to come more often. Come more often. And then we have the freedom to be who we are. Isn't that wonderful? We have the freedom to be our authentic self. You see, the divine embrace is forever and always inviting us in. And how perfect, how perfectly wonderful, since today's talk is about come on home, that we have already leaked the good news to you that by the end of next month, we're going to be coming back here to our beloved Sweet 16 in person. Oh my goodness, you'll be hearing more and more about it, but isn't it perfect? I did not know that our wonderful reopening team would have put this together in such a way that we actually had a date when I determined today's talk. Don't you love divine synchronicity? Come on home is what it's about. I will no longer be root bound at that time. You know, for the last 14 months, I've been standing back here behind the pulpit because that's what my producer told me I had to do in order to make it work for the cameras. But you may recall, some of you, that prior to these experiences, I would be all over the stage because that's what I like to do. You will find out after 14 months if your minister still has feet. And I do. I am not root bound. I'd like to share this with you. Many of you are familiar with this from T.S. Eliot. We shall return from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and to know the place for the first time. Through the unknown, remembered gate, when the last of the earth left to discover is that which was the beginning. At the source of the longest river, the voice of the hidden waterfall, and the children in the apple tree, not known, because not looked for, but heard, half heard, in the stillness between two waves in the sea. At the end of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and to know the place for the first time. This is exciting. It's beautiful. It's peaceful and powerful. It is so right. It is the vision into which we are all moving now individually and collectively as a beloved community. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that we are the right people in the right place, and this is definitely the right time. Come on home. Come on home. Will you say with me, I return to the solid ground of spirit. I rest in its love and wisdom. I am home in God. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Now we have an opportunity to celebrate our prosperity. And you'll have many opportunities to do this if you wish to share your goodness with our beloved community. All of those will be shown to you. I love imagining that the gift I am giving is at this time again in my hand. I like to hold it to my heart because it reminds me that all good gifts come from the very heart of God. And so if you choose to do that with me, fine, or however it's comfortable for you. And let us speak our prosperity affirmation together. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
You are the light in a darkened room and rain on a desert floor. Love beating in the hardest heart, calm to a raging storm. You're the miracle of miracles, moving through everything, and you move in me, move in me. You are the bread for a hungry soul, light with the truth laid bare. The moon that glows with the light of the sun, but even that can't compare. You're the wonder of wonders, shining through everything, and you shine in me. I am alive with your love, oh God. You are high and lifted up. I am alive with your love, oh God. You are high and lifted up, pure and holy. I am solely what you've made me with your love, oh God. I am a precious, sacred gift you have opened up, like the stream that spills from the edges of an overflowing cup. You're the blessing of blessings, moving through everything, and you flow through me, flow through me. With your love, oh God, you are high and lifted up. I am alive with your love, oh God, you are high and lifted up, pure and holy. I am solely what you've made me with your love, oh God. Your love, oh God, you are high and lifted up. I am alive with your love, oh God, you are high and lifted up, pure and holy. I am solely what you've made me with your love, oh God. Pure and holy, I am solely what you've made me with your love, oh God.
Good morning. I'm Payson Burt, Vice President of your Board of Trustees, and it's my honor to be here with the announcements today. I'm honored, but I'm also happy that you joined us today, wherever you are in this world. We invite you to join us for interesting and inspiring Sunday talks, which, in case you missed any, you can always visit our website and view them anytime, along with Reverend Mike and Dr. Maxine's weekly love notes at www.cslphilly.org. To view any of our archived videos, just click on the orange Watch Live button. All right, we have a special announcement from our lovely board president, Karen Davis. A special announcement. There you go, Karen.
Good morning. Thanks, Payson. I am Karen Davis, your board president and treasurer, here live and in person at our home sweet home, bringing you the very special invitation for you to come and be live in person with us as we swing wide our doors and open back up for in-person celebrations starting Sunday, June 27th. We've had a reopening team in place working the past few weeks creating the physical layout of the chairs and AV equipment and policies and procedures. We've incorporated guidance from the CDC, local and state governments, and the CSL Home Office, doing the high work to provide the most loving, warmest, most welcoming, and safest possible return to in-person activities. We will be doing some things a bit differently, at least in the beginning, but what a joy it will be coming together again. It's not something I will take for granted ever again, and I know I'm not alone in that feeling. Please stay tuned to your email and our website, www.cslphilly.org, for more specific information on our reopening plans. But mark your calendars now, and we will see all of you on Sunday, June 27th. And I'd like to take a moment to thank the reopening team for their enthusiastic and intentional work on all our behalves to make this reopening possible. Linda O'Neill, Jeff Messino, Payson Burt, Edie Janik, and Cheryl Macklin. Oh, and in addition to holding in-person celebrations again, as we've mentioned, we will continue to live stream celebrations so that we can continue to reach those who are not in our immediate geographic area, or for those who prefer to join us virtually for other reasons. But we are really looking forward to getting everyone back together again in person. While I have the mic, I'd like to also give a shout out to the incredible board that I've had the privilege to work with over what has been a very unique time for the entire world. Throughout the year plus since the shutdown, which we made the call on March 13th of 2020, the board has continued to meet monthly via Zoom, continued to support GPCSL in producing the live stream celebrations, maintaining the business operations, monitoring and managing the finances, managing and expanding our social media outreach, and the list goes on and on. So in addition to the previously mentioned reopening team members of Jeff Messino, Payson Burt, and Edie Janik, I'd like to say a heartfelt thank you to John Zoll, Elise Riggs, Tina Richards, Linda O'Neill, and of course Dr. Maxine, and Reverend Mike for his continued contributions to the Daily Love Notes and all he has done to support our center. Thank you, and we will see you on the 27th. Back to you, Payson.
Thank you, Karen. Boy, that's wonderful news, isn't it? To be able to see each other live again, not just a mask or a little box around us like you're seeing me now, but you'll see us live, full length and everything. I can tell you the first time I saw Dr. Maxine live when I came to help Jeff Messino with the streaming service a couple months ago, seeing her live for the first time was so much more powerful than seeing in the screen. These are great, but seeing her live is wonderful. I'm really looking forward to everyone having that same experience again. So yay! Now, some classes. We're offering a new class starting July 7th. Dr. Frankie Timmers, Spiritual Director of CSL Morristown, will be leading this 5-week virtual class entitled Flourishing, based on the book The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. The objective of this program is to more effortlessly return to the basic practices of the ancient truth principles of abundance, to remember your ever-present inherent abundance, to shed the deep-seated false beliefs and misinformation we have accepted about lack, and how as a flourisher to be of greater service in the world. To register, simply go to our calendar of events on our website and click on July 7th for all the details on how to register. Now, do you have 15 to 30 minutes a week to help spread our CSL mission and vision and help make the world a better place? Join our team and make a difference. Training will be provided, and you can learn and pick up any one of the following tasks that you're interested in. easy posting to local newspapers, posting to Facebook, Meetup, Instagram, and other platforms, or gathering in analytics. For more details, contact Tina Richards at 267-773-9773 or by email at tr_richards@yahoo.com. That's it for today. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, Payson, and thank you, President Karen. Wonderful, wonderful news happening here. It lifts our hearts. So grateful. Now we'll have our closing song by the Rockin' Ricky Byers, "The Spirit of God is Upon Me." And so we go forth with the understanding that wherever we are definitely home in the heart of God. Come on home. It's beautiful, it's peaceful, and it's powerful, and so it is.